trying to reach 80% completion by finishing games I either never platinumed or 100%ed. I am making some very good progress, so today I thought I would tackle a very new games DLC, a super quick cleanup, and a new platinum I popped 4 trophies for back in 2017. But let's start with Battlefield 6. My hype levels were through the roof waiting for this game to come out, and I even made a rare exception to make a full platinum video on. But just 2 weeks after launch, they dropped a DLC called Red 6, a Temu free-to-play version of Battlefield with a battle royale and 11 new trophies. And I was super excited to play it until I looked through the trophy requirements. I thought the Joyful Nurse trophy from the base game was a grind, but then I saw Rise from Your Grave. Revive teammates 1988 times in battle royale. Yeah, if you've ever played any BR before, you know this could literally take years, but let's not worry about that for now and just focus on the other trophies first. I started playing the BR on launch day and was aiming to get wins, of course, but I needed to win 74 of them for a trophy. So I grabbed my friend Panda and jumped into our first ever Battlefield Battle Royale.
Hoe de fuck durf je een wapen?
Oh, zit hier iemand? Eentje knock. Eentje dood. I was kinda locked in, so hardly realized I popped the first trophy for simply pinging a shotgun, and got a fantastic reference to another favorite game of mine, Apex, where my main was Lifeline, so that was really cool. After a few rounds of trying to understand this copy-paste of Warzone, I started to get a little better and got to the final zone for the first time.
Duck, duck, duck. Ik ben low. Oh.
Ik heb hem.
Kun je reviven?
Wacht, hier mensen onder ons. Ik heb er één. Knock, squad wipe. Ik denk nog 1 man. 1 squad.
Hier, bij mij.
Nice, let's go!
Let's go.
We both survived for the trophy, and this was the first of 7 duo wins I needed to get. My favorite franchise adding more trophies that I could simply play the game for to earn, except for that revive trophy, because a few hours and wins later, I hadn't even gotten 10 of the 1988 needed, so this seriously was going to be tough to get. I'm curious to know what you think about this game mode, because as a proud Battlefield veteran, I surprisingly really enjoy it. I just kept playing with my friends and having a lot of fun trying to get wins.
Recht voor ons? Nee, wacht.
Ik ben even iets verder dan.
Ja, hier.
Oh, daar op de straat.
Yo, ik heb hem met de airstrike.
Oh, hebben we gewonnen? What the fuck, let's go!
Hell yeah.
Nice. Niet te rechts.
Hij zit te snipen, Oh!
Nice, dude! Nice.
Oh my god.
Doet hij
It was
even.
fucking nice.
What a clutch. And after doing that for the 7th time already, got that trophy out of the way. Now that I had gotten all my wins necessary, I only had 2 trophies left in this game mode, namely the 74 matches played and also 42 call-ins. The other few trophies could all be earned in both this game mode, but also the Gauntlet game mode that I would focus on after. I managed to get the much easier than the base game Nightmare Trophy Night dog tags pretty easily, as I could just use it on downed enemies to spot their teammates. Although I never played more than 5 matches of Warzone, this BR was very fun to play. The Battlefield classes were actually important here, and playing as a recon felt essential as he had a drone to scan around really effectively. I was also calling in as many things as I could whenever I had them, and eventually got that done. I kept playing duos and got some wins sprinkled in, but I had to experience the torture that is solo queue at least once. So I decided to play that until I got the 74 matches done. Come on teammate, you can grab him. My one random duo that I've ever played with. Easy. 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 It is that easy. That's what I said, bro. I don't think this is my trophy though. Fuck. I don't know how to type GG back. Alright, this isn't my trophy pop, so I'm gonna pretend that it is, because I'll probably fail the next attempt. Oh my god, what the fuck is that, dude? Fucks, and that's the one I knew was gonna happen, dude. Oh, I should have fucking looked at my stats better. There were also missions in the BR that would reward you with some goodies after completing the task. They were pretty easy and I could easily manage more than 3 a game, but for some reason this took another 6 hours of BR grinding before finally completing the 214th one, and for that pretty much clear the BR section of this DLC. The fun part was over as I next had to play Gauntlet. This is to get the trophies to play 125 rounds of it and also work on the 316 stuns and 1988 revives here. Working on those in this mode was much better as Gauntlet game modes are basically regular Battlefield game modes that switch every round. Therefore, it has many more players closely together than in the BR. I would be able to revive and stun enemies with my grenade pretty often, but it was still super slow, and I would often miss my one stun grenade per life, or get extremely pissed off at my teammates for skipping the revive right as I thought I was about to get them. Stop fucking skipping, you stupid nerd. This was already a grind, but luckily I discovered that a grenade launcher would also count as stuns, so I used that, which sped things up tremendously. Getting that done was great because having to stun enemies was extremely frustrating. I was working on playing 125 rounds during this, and only 25 minutes and 1 second later, I had played my final round. However, that left one horrendous trophy for last, Rise from Your Grave. There was no true way to track how many revives I was on, but it couldn't have been more than 100. In the base game, getting this trophy naturally wouldn't be much of an issue. Granted, I did do half of mine in a bot lobby for content creation purposes, but that doesn't take away that if you played enough, you could easily get this normally. However, the amount of enough you would have to play to get this trophy in BR would quite literally take hundreds of hours. One, because if you're playing the BR, you have to rely on your teammates being shit to be able to revive them. And two, because in the Gauntlet game mode, everyone just insta-skips their revive, making it impossible to get more than 3 per round. I also again didn't know why this was 1988 specifically, or why the other trophies had such odd specific numbers, so if you know then please drop it below. I tried to see if I could boost this with my friend Panda by playing the game quote-unquote normally, by having him jump off every high ledge to allow me a revive, and this surprisingly worked quite well. So much so that I could get upwards of 20 revives if things went our way, and because the player base in this game is honestly some of the worst FPS players I have ever encountered in any video game, we were able to get back-to-back-to-back wins whilst revive farming.
Let's go!
But he is actually employed unlike me, so I was forced to find another friend and method to boost this. So I grabbed my friend Epic Piss and we dropped into this parking lot, dropped down, didn't stick the landing whilst the other would revive. This was going to be our method. Zip, jump, die, repeat for the next 1800 revives.
33.
Was excited to delete the game.
I don't think I need to tell you this was insanely boring and up there with one of the worst things I have had to sit through for a single trophy, as you can't AFK this and have to do the same thing for I don't know how many tens of hours this was going to take. I think I could be done tonight if someone logs in. If someone logs in.
Sorry, I can't hear you. I think your mic's broken.
I think... We did this in the training mode lobbies where half the players are bots and the other half are actual bots, and it meant that we could fairly peacefully revive each other without getting interrupted much. Well, go on, me brother. Idiot. We are Charlie Kirk. We carry the flame.
We are Sandwes.
But you know, loading back in after dying or fucking up every 10 minutes and only getting an average of 15 revives per match resulted in some of the most brain-dead hours of gaming I've ever done.
You know what DLC should have done?
Deal should have done.
Fuck up.
Well.
Battlefield 3.
Oh my god, this guy. At least I actually have Super Meat Boy.
Yo, at least I don't have stroke to dick.
But at long last, after almost 100 hours on one DLC and half of that spent revive farming, I approached the final few revives. Could be the one. But it's not. Yes! I'm done! I got it! Finally! Okay.
I go now.
Deleting.
Yeah. GG's princess. Thank you for reviving with me.
Has been fun.
See you another time.
Since every trophy hunter seems to be working on their completion percentage right now, let me know if you think it's worth spending that amount of time on a couple DLC trophies, because I'm kinda unsure if I spent my time wisely. However, I can't deny that the 100% on Battlefield 6 looks beautiful, and I am now part of the select few unemployed people that have earned it. Next up on my backlog was a quick and easy one for Hot Wheels Unleashed. I platinumed this in 2022 and remembered how much of a grind it was to get those 25,000 gears. Although honestly nothing compares to what I just went through, so it makes this look easy, but it was bad, okay? However, I never played the DLCs because honestly the 3 DLCs needed for the 9 trophies were insanely overpriced if you ask me, especially for just popping a few trophies, so I was happy to wait until I finally saw it on sale and then decided to head back in. The DLCs introduced all have the exact same trophy requirements, but each for the different themes. They required me to upgrade a car in their own set, then win a quick race on the new map, and lastly, complete the goal at each of their events. Pretty easy, and I upgraded the first Looney Tunes car for the first trophy. I wanted to do this for the monster truck and Batmobile straight away, but instantly got flashbacks to the gear grind that sucked about this game because I already didn't have enough of those. Luckily, I had to do a couple races anyway and would hopefully unlock enough gears through that, beginning with the Looney Tunes map. I started a quick race and had a really poor start. I struggled to get a feel of the car in the first few corners because it just felt very awkward. Good fun, but I crashed it right before the finish line, which meant I didn't win and didn't get a trophy. So I went again and had a much better start, but still didn't know how to turn my car around, so I crashed again and finished outside of the one-man podium once more. Devs, I am once again asking for a welcome back tutorial. Into a third attempt I go, and I finally discovered how to turn my car to eventually win the race. After those 3 races, I had enough coins to buy a box with a car that I could then dismantle to earn gears for. That would then allow me to upgrade my car. Yeah, it's a whole chain of events, but the retail on one of those must have been too high because it was more than I could afford again. I mean, I bought Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 ages ago, but unless that has less of a grind, I'm not sure I ever want to plat that now. So I tackled the Rumble events next, which was the main part of the Platinum back then anyway, and there was a new area for each DLC. For some reason, I only had to win one of these events, even though there's a lot more content, and I honestly wouldn't have minded to complete the entire thing, but I win that race that was on the same track as before and got another trophy for that. Whilst I was here, I decided I might as well do the other Rumble events, starting with the monster truck track, but unfortunately I was so bad at drifting that I ended up 6th and had to go again, but luckily 2nd time's the charm and I got the win. Next up was Batman that I was most excited for, and I would have used the correct cars for each track, but because they weren't upgraded they would have kind of been shit, so I just used the ones I finished the Platinum on. This track however had a really cool background and I started to feel a little better and even won the race pretty easily. Now that I had enough coins to buy boxes and dismantle cars for gears, repeating the Platinum grind, I upgraded the monster truck and Batmobile for 2 easy trophies. Last but not least, I just had to win a quick race on the monster truck and Batman map, so I won easily on the truck map, but not so easily on the Batcave map for the last trophy. I got massively rage baited by the Joker on this stupid trap over and over and over and over again. I honestly could only laugh at my own stupidity and the fact that the Joker must have loved this because this was so silly. But that didn't stop me because I did a Max Verstappen Brazil 2024 17th to 1st to get the win and complete the DLC. A very quick and easy 9 trophies to remove from the unearned trophy taler and add another great 3-year 100% game cleanup to my trophy list. Finally, it was time to platinum a game that I hadn't touched since January 2017, played just 1 hour of and popped 4 trophies for, and quite frankly didn't have much excitement heading into, but wanted to clean up, and that was this war of mine. I don't know why I dropped this game, because I honestly don't even have any recollection of ever playing this game, but it's a very The Last of Us vibes game where I manage my Fallout shelter sims during an apocalyptic war. My first task was to survive for 7 days without anyone dying. The game, however, doesn't tell you anything. No tutorial or goal to reach, just straight into surviving and figuring everything out yourself. I looted the shelter I spawned in but couldn't explore much because things were blocked off and took ages to take away. So I just tried to figure out what I was meant to do until it eventually became nighttime. During the day you can be building, healing, crafting and making yourself stronger, whereas the nighttime is when you can go out scavenging. I sent out one of the people and loot a bunch of stuff that I didn't know would be useful or good to have. It's difficult having to choose what you take with you as you have very limited space in your backpack. But I took some supplies and returned to base, making some basic stuff like a stove and bed to get the basic survival instincts ready. Before I could get cozy though, it was already nighttime again and went back to the same spot to grab stuff I couldn't bring with me. However, upon returning, saw that we had been raided. They took some stuff and that wasn't very nice, so now I had to make sure we were on guard and prepared for such events. I decided to start crafting workbenches that I could make tools and machines with to make more better stuff, like a shovel and crowbar to explore more of my own shelter. 2. Explored every nook and cranny. Finally, W something how many year old trophy. I tried to make some food during the day and skip until nighttime for more scavenging. This time, however, I come across some people that weren't very nice after I took their supplies. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. What do I do? Oh fuck, don't die. I'm dead. What do I do? What do I do against that? Please don't tell me this. Yep, that's my fucking trophy gone. That's the fucking trophy I'm aiming for and she's just fucking died. Oh no. This is very easy to do, the guide says. Yeah, my run was as dead as Katja, so I wasn't exactly sure what to do now. I decided to skip stage 1 of the confusing trophy guide and start a new playthrough to earn a multitude of trophies. This time aiming for surviving until the war is over on day 40. I would try and get a lot of trophies on this run, and so in my new shelter I repeated the same start. Loot my own shelter, make the basic bed, shovel, crowbar, and loot important stuff at night. It was pretty tough managing all the different variables, people, and randomness this game threw at me, but it was quickly growing on me. So more scavenging and making more stuff to barely stay alive, I managed to get close to the trophy I was aiming for on my first run. He's not dead, let's go. Let's go. For some reason though, one of the guys left the shelter for good, but that was fine as I just needed at least one person to survive until the end of the war on day 40. So I decided to make life a little better for the ones remaining by getting some George R.R. Martin books to read. Oh, yes. I don't know why people are leaving though. Why did Marco leave me, right? It was hard to know what I had to focus on and do specifically, as both the trophy description and guide were incredibly vague about what the requirement was. So anytime I got a trophy, I was happy to get it done. Like when I made some more toys for the kid to annoy every adult with. Nice. Ooh, I don't know what I did again, but I'll take it. That was for teaching the kid a few tasks to help out in the shelter with. There would be another trophy that was for teaching the kid everything, but that was challenging and I would try that later. Until then, when the Night King's winter arrived. Here, I would have to survive the entire winter without anyone dying or leaving. But with temperatures dropping, it provided a new challenge. Like people getting sick and wounded much quicker. I have one lethally wounded and one terminally ill, and I both need to get them back to health. But this should be perfect. This should be perfect. I got them slightly better, but managing 2 people who were on the brink of game over wasn't easy. Just survived 3 more days. And she's severely wounded again. Oh my god, I am going insane. Oh, I'm stuck in an endless loop. Ooh, yes! At least I got that. At least I got that. I don't know why, because you're still... Okay, thank fuck. No, let me just end this war. We've been raided, I don't give a fuck. Don't care. Yes! I reached the end of the war, but sadly the kid left right before, so I had to do a new run with another kid until the end of the war again. But also focus on the other trophies I had remaining for teaching them everything, whilst also having everyone alive at the end. I started a new run and I now knew what to do and therefore had a great fast start. I was sort of looking forward to playing it, because as annoying as the trophies were to understand, the game was fun to play and extremely satisfying to get stronger and a better shelter. I mean, I know it's a depressing setting and story, but that doesn't mean the game can be fun, right? Unfortunately, good pal Boris was now broken depressed after he had to kill someone. So I started talking to him as a therapy session and was going to repeat that until he'd get better. But winter had now arrived again and I didn't want anyone to leave or die. But I was so confident and prepared in the shelter this time that I had plenty of resources to get through this safely. A few days later, after some talking to Boris, I made sure he got over his divorce and was a happy man again. Let's go. Love you, Boris, bro. And that meant I reached day 20 without anyone leaving and should pop the trophy when the night falls. What? No. No, I'm not doing that. See, I don't like this RNG thing. I don't care. Sorry, I just hate it, bro. Right, everyone's good, so let me just skip the day. Let's go! Okay, nice. The few hidden trophies remaining were mostly linked to another kid playthrough, where everything goes right for once. However, I also needed to play on a higher difficulty for the trophy We Made a Stand to survive the Purge week. This new run started with the people already sad and ill, so that was great. But I didn't mind it because I knew how to make them better easier and I was having fun with the game. Definitely a lot more than I was ever expecting after not being that excited to jump in. Does this ever happen where you've experienced a game that you thought would dislike but really enjoyed upon returning? Because this was a surprising cleanup for me. I made sure to talk to the kid every day to give them a friend, and after repeating that daily, the kid now had an adult friend that came with a few benefits, like sharing a bed to save space. I did have to take some tough decisions to get the loot and situation set up properly, which wasn't a great feeling, but these are tough times, you know, game's the game. My main focus was to teach the kid everything they could learn, like making fuel, food, and cigarettes for some reason. Teaching was easy, but getting the tools and equipment set up and upgraded all the way to be able to teach the things she needed to learn was by far the hardest part, and probably why it's the most annoying trophy in the game. Luckily, I had looted each of these unique locations, and that prepared me well for when Outbreak Day arrived. This would be a few days of straight crime, where raids would be very frequent. I upgraded the base a little by boarding up and had a lot of ammo ready. I built some weapons and had someone on guard every night to fend off looters. And so low-key, this entire week was so much easier than I expected, and we only lost a couple bullets each night. I survived! Let's go! Let's fucking go! I didn't realize it was done yet. Let's go! And we've only had to waste like 20 bullets. And then I also believe that if I teach her this last thing right here, right? Don't tell me you're depressed. Do not tell me you're depressed. Oh my god. Why are you sad? You're supposed to be able to teach something now, for fuck's sake. I can't. What am I doing? Why didn't I teach? And now she doesn't feel well. Oh my god, I'm gonna go insane for this trophy. Please just talk her out of being depressed. Please. She's only sad. She's only sad. Go on. Go on. Go on. Go on. Teach. Teach her vegetables. Teach her how to make vegetables. Please tell me that's it. Please, please, please. Oh, what a terrible trophy to go for. Okay, that is very nice. That is very nice. We only have a couple tedious ones. One miscellaneous, and the rest is just to finish the game, I think. Let's go. 3 trophies remained for simply reaching the end with the child, making the child broken sad and then happy again, but also for getting someone terminally ill lumbago and then better again. Not sure if it's all possible in these last few days of the run, but let's give it a try. Starting with making the child broken by having them partake in child labor and taking away their toys. After she reached the broken state, I just talked to her daily until she got better. Getting the person sick was a lot harder though, as it wasn't as straightforward without having a cold winter. I tried a lot, but realized it would be easier if I did that in a quick fresh playthrough purely for that. So I finished this one before moving on. Alright, let me just feed the Zlota, and then there's not much else I need to do. I think that's it. That's gonna be it. Yes, sir! Let's go, bro. Oh, survive. Alright, just need to get sick and get better, so hopefully that doesn't take too long. The final trophy remained before popping a fantastic cleanup platinum years in the making, so I started a new playthrough on the highest difficulty and spawned in with someone already sick. Perfect, so I just let them get worse over a few days, scavenging medicine and pills at night to make him better when he's terminally ill. That happened quickly, so I then fed spoons full of meds to my friend Anton, waited a couple days for him to get better, because I just needed my love Anton to get healthy. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I really did not expect this game to be so much fun. Because it's just addicting to like manage these little sims of you. And the trophies weren't even that hard. It's got to be one of my favorite backlog cleanups in a long while, because I really did not expect to enjoy this as much as I have. And I should be practically done. If he just gets better overnight. Anton, sleep in bed. Please be better, Anton. Yes! Let's go. Love it. Epilogue this war of mine. I shouldn't be celebrating war, but this was a very fun cleanup. Actually super fun. A great surprising almost 9-year-old cleanup done, including 2 other DLCs and some more great percentage increase made. Let me know which cleanup I should tackle next, and if you want to see the last cleanup, then check out this video. And that's it. See ya.